Hello, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the pool party. I hope you can swim because we're definitely diving into the deep end with a huge splash of truth, facts, evidence, information, and proof. Swim. Say what you mean. It's talk about talking. How we listen, how we hear, how we speak, how we hear what we're listening to when we speak, how a listener hears what we're saying, if what we're saying, what they're actually hearing and or understanding. Is it clear? Swim. Say what you mean. Well, that's just the beginning of understanding, because after we get that understanding, how do we accept it? How we respond if it's not what we expect is paramount. Are you okay with the truth? Are you man, woman, human, or spiritual enough to accept the truth? Let's find out. Welcome to The Swimming Pool with your host, Travis Bridges.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to SWIM, S-W-Y-M. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. I am your host, Travis Bridges, and tonight we have an interesting program for you. I do have a guest, and I'm going to talk to that guest in just a few minutes. But I want to recap, with what we talked about last night. Just say hello, guest. Just say hello so they know you're there.
Hello, guest.
Okay, well, you're the guest.
I'm the guest.
You're saying hello to the audience. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so yes, we're going to go to her, but I want to talk about just a recap from last week. And I do have some really good subjects. I wrote some down that I was going to talk about, and because that's what I have to do throughout the week. I have subjects and topics that I want to talk about, but then I'll mess around and forget, and then I have some good ones written down, and they're going to be really good too. But tonight I'm going to recap about aging and the gray. Now, I talked to my guest about that before tonight, and we're going to probably cover that. But I just want to make sure that I'm clear with what I was saying. I don't want anyone to think that if they're showing any grays, regardless of your age or whatever it is, that I have a problem or I'm criticizing or saying anything negative. It's just a preference for me, particularly on beautiful women. I like to see as natural as possible. Don't get me wrong. If you're all duded up, I would probably look and then look twice. But that's another story. So we're done with the gray. Tonight, I have a new subject. I'm going to nickname it WRS, and it's widowed, retired, and single. And that's what I'm going to talk to my guest about. Now, my guest had no idea what I was going to talk about. Remember, I don't say names at all. No one will know who you are unless they recognize your voice. And I'm going to tell you a little something about my guest before I bring you on, everyone. My guest is my neighbor. I've been in my neighborhood for well over about 20 plus years or so. And I used to see my neighbor walking early in the morning when I'm out doing my exercise. And I hardly ever said anything to whoever she was walking with whenever they would be walking. Just one day, our paths crossed. And I said, hello. And then we started talking, and then a few more times, I kind of told her about a situation where I kind of needed somebody to watch out. We switched numbers, and that was probably a year ago. And then a couple of weeks ago, we connected, and here we are on a live stream. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, how did I do with the intro? You remember how we met, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I found out about you. You're widowed, you're retired, and you're single.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to tell me what your life is like now as opposed to what it was like for all the years you were married and together with your spouse. So what was your marriage like first?
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful marriage.
And how long were you married?
For the almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years. That's a long time. Were you guys dating for a long time before you met? Did you know?
About a year.
About a year. And then he said, hey, you got to be mine. And that was it. And you said yes.
Yes.
So 30 years later, you're in a happy life. And then, unfortunately, you lost him.
Yes.
And now you're widowed. And that's been about
a
year ago. So you are obviously recovering well. and you look healthy and strong as you always have. What's life like now as a single and retired widow?
I feel happy.
I'm going to need more details. Now, you know you talk more than this. That's why I got you on my live stream, for you to relax and talk. If I ask you a question and you say, happy, I want to know more than that. Give me some details.
Yeah, I'm happy because I feel free like a bird. Free like a bird. Before it was I have to, if you go to the bank, I have to run. If you have to go shopping, I have to run. Because my husband comes within minutes. Why do you take so long? Why do you take? And I don't want to get late because why do you come so long? Why? Because a lot of people, and always I have to explain why I'm late.
Oh.
So now I feel free. I don't have to tell. Sometimes I'm in the bank and I see a lot of people. Oh no, I don't have to worry for that.
So now that doesn't sound like a happy marriage. That sounds like, I don't know, that didn't sound like happy.
The thing is, I raised like old timers. See, I got married very young, and my mother, she was very submissive. Submissive.
Okay.
And
By the
all
way,
my sisters
my
the
guest,
same.
hold on, let me say to my audience, my guest is from, she's at Latino ethnicity, and her accent, her English is great, but her accent sometimes is. So you were saying you were submissive and you're from the old school. So although it was a little stressful, that's how you were raised and it was normal for you. So for me to assume that it was not a happy thing is not true. You were happy, but you felt a little pressure because if you're out, you would be like, okay, because of how he was. Now, is that because he just loved you that much, or he didn't trust you, or he was just maybe, can I use the insecure
was
word?
very possessive person. Very possessive.
So now I'm hearing things. Possessive doesn't sound happy.
But I was happy in my way. In my way, I was happy. The other ones, it was different. The husband screamed, the husband insult verbally, and things like. And my husband, he wasn't like that. He don't never scream to me. He never offend me verbally. He was the other one. And I said to myself, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. That was I have to live with that.
Okay, I understand now. So I think what you're saying is your husband was possessive
And
controlling,
Yes.
but that was normal for you.
That was normal for me.
And you were happy,
And very jealous too.
jealous,
Yes.
possessive, and controlling,
Yes.
and that was normal, and
For
you
me,
were
it was
happy.
normal.
Now, see, I thought I heard that earlier, which is why I wanted to interview you on that. Now, you're calling that, old school because you said your mother was like that. Okay, things are different now. In this modern world, men that are called possessive, controlling, and what was the other word?
Obsessed. No.
Oh, wow, you just added another word.
Yeah.
He was obsessed, he was controlling, he was
very jealous.
and jealous. And you found that to be a happy marriage?
It was a happy marriage.
Did you love him?
Of course, yes. I got married very in love.
Okay, you were in love.
Yes.
Do you believed he loved you?
In his way.
In his way?
Yes.
Did you feel love in your heart from him?
Not exactly. He don't show up his love like this.
So he wasn't affectionate?
No.
You guys can't see her, so she was doing like this. And so I'm just concluding that she meant that he wasn't touchy, he wasn't affectionate.
It was not.
Okay. So now okay, we're just meeting. I think a lot. So I'm hearing things that may be contradictory, but because you say it's normal for you and you were happy, then I have to take your word. If you were happy and it's normal for you, then I can't say whether or not you were happy or not. So did you feel love or no?
In a way, Yeah. Anyway, yes, because he showed the love different. See, this is no good. When I come back, it was already fixed. This picture is like this. When I come back, it's fixed. This blind is no good. It's a little broken. Doesn't work too good. And when I come back, it was fixed.
Okay. Did you feel love or no?
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, yes, because he showed the love different. See, this is no good. When I come back, it was already fixed. This picture is like this. When I come back, it's fixed. This blind is no good. It's a little broken. Doesn't work too good. And when I come back, it was fixed.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to the other column. He protected you.
Yes.
He provided for you.
Yes.
He made you feel secure.
Yes.
And you believe he loved you.
He was my chauffeur all my life.
You never had to drive.
No.
Okay. So now I'm getting a different side.
When he started to get blind, I was the chauffeur.
Okay, then you had to. That's a fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
If he drove all the time and then now he can't drive, then you drive. Okay, so controlling, jealous, possessive, obsessive. You even said, but then you said he protected you, he provided for you, and he made you feel secure.
Yes.
So here's my question again. Did you feel loved by him? Yes or no?
In a way, yes.
So I'm looking for the yes or no first.
He was not very affected all his life. He was not very affected.
So he didn't have...
Not even with his kids.
Okay.
He was affected.
He wasn't affectionate.
No. Because he said he came from the family where there was no affect to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's 4 children.
Right.
And he was, all the children is completely light.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a little bit dark.
Oh.
And the father, he make it like this. He only do affection for the light skin. And he was the darker.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's why he don't feel that love.
I almost have a tear in my eye because that's so unfortunate, and I can relate to that. So your husband was considered, in my culture, we call that the black sheep of the family. He was the darker one and he was discriminated against. So he didn't receive it. And you understood that. So you were able to love him through his dysfunction. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going to make me cry now.
You say, I was raising like that. I was raising without love. It doesn't mean that I don't know my children. Doesn't mean that I don't know. But I can show up my love. But my love is inside. I don't show up the love, but my love is inside for my family. I love my family.
And you said he showed it in different ways. When you left, if something was broke, when he came back, it was fixed. If something was not working, he just took care of you. He provided for you.
Yes.
That's how you know. So now I want to get to, because yes or no's are important for me. So I want to know it when you say not exactly or not completely. I want to ask you the same question again. Did you feel love from him? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So now I got that out of you. You didn't feel affection.
Mm-hmm. But I feel love. Affection, no, they like this and kiss me. No.
Not that. So you felt love, but you did not receive the affection.
Exactly.
Okay. And we're talking 30 plus years.
Yes.
Okay. And you became okay with that.
Yeah.
Because you chose that. You accepted him that way. And you had a happy marriage with someone who was controlling, jealous, obsessive,
and I see my co-workers, I used to work when there was 50 women in the factory. And everybody, women talk, my husband did. And I say, oh no, I'm in the heaven. My husband is not like that. I said to myself, right?
So you saw the good in your husband.
Yes.
That's great. I appreciate you sharing that with me. So now that it's been a year since he transitioned, may he rest in peace, and I'm sorry for your loss, but I want to say to you, you feel free. But you didn't realize that you didn't feel free the whole time, or you just accepted it.
No, I don't feel free, and I accepted it. I said, that's my life. That's my life. Then I got it. I choose that man for my husband, so I have to be here.
So you made a commitment, and you stuck to your commitment regardless of how you felt.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk to my audience real quick. Excuse me for a moment. Did y'all hear that? Now, this is a woman who clearly had a situation where maybe she wasn't happy. Happiness really has nothing to do with the commitment that you make to someone. Because she said she called out the characteristics of her husband. He was jealous, controlling, possessive, even obsessive. But it wasn't to her or their detriment, because she said she accepted that and she was happy. She also said that he protected her. He provided for her. He showed love in his way. And because she understood that he was considered the black sheep of the family, that he didn't necessarily receive love, so he didn't know how to give love. So she accepted what he had. And for 30 years, she lived her life that way. And she lived out her commitment. And now she says she's free as a bird. Now, this is a question I kind of sort of asked you the other day. This is a yes or no question. Do you miss your husband, yes or no?
No.
No. Why not?
Because before I was like a bird in the cage. Now I'm free. I don't have to run. I don't have to do things because they want to come and going to get mad with me because they say, why you take so long?
But you said you were happy with that, or you accepted that.
I accepted.
But maybe you were not happy?
Yeah, I don't feel bad.
Okay, so listen, I'm glad you're being honest and transparent with me. When you accept something, whether you're happy or not really doesn't matter. Because if you accept something and you have a commitment, then you make it work, because that's what you commit. And you knew what you were getting into when you met him.
That's right.
And you said you were in love. Although you knew that you were not, it wasn't perfect, you continued to love your husband because you made a commitment.
Yes.
And you had a happy marriage.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm hearing my guest say that now that, her husband has transitioned and she feels free because she doesn't have to do those things, but she doesn't, have any regret to it. That's very interesting. That's actually touching, because as much as I want to get into, there's some YouTubers, people on the internet now who are talking about that kind of behavior as it relates to modern women / modern society, where people don't care about their commitments anymore. If they don't feel like being with someone, they will take a marriage and a commitment and flush it down the toilet and either be a cheater or divorce or separate or just be miserable instead of making the best out of it. And I find that, I wished I had the word for it, just incredible that you were able to, to stay there and be happy. And now you're at peace. So tell me about this new happiness you have, this new freedom.
I feel free. It's like you put a bird in a cage, and you open the cage and fly whatever you want.
So you go where you want, you stay as long as you want,
Yes.
you come back when you get ready, you do as you please, and you're happier.
Yes.
But you would not have chosen that during your marriage. You would not have said, I'm going to get back when I get ready. When he would ask you that, what would you say? When he would say, where were you? What was the line, or were they closed?
Yes.
What would you say?
I was very sarcastic. So why are you taking such a line in the back? It was a big line. It was only one teller or two tellers. It was a big line. Oh, well, you don't go and come back another day. I have to make that transit, transaction today. It's very important, so I have to weigh him
So you
down.
complied. You did what you needed to do to make peace in your home.
Yes.
You are a great woman.
And I used to tell him, listen, I'm not the niece of Obama. I'm not the niece of Obama. Right away, I go to the bank and right away they're gonna take care of me. No, said I'm not the niece of Obama.
Right. Okay, you're not the niece of Obama, is what she's saying. So you didn't get special privilege. So you made a joke out of it. You made it light.
Exactly.
So that
It's
you
not a
could
joke.
have peace in your home.
Instead of get angry, I make a joke.
And how did he respond to that?
You never talk serious. You always have to. You're very sarcastic. You don't talk serious. What do you want? You want me to get angry? For what am I gonna get angry? No, I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna pay attention.
You know what now? Now that speaks to something. Now, you obviously outlived him. Do you think he lived under a lot of stress? Yes or no? Do you think he was stressful?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
And you were more at peace.
Yes.
He wondered why you were not angry. And you said, well, I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to stress myself.
He worked with my nephew for a few years, and he told me, I say, Victoria. He never say aunt because they're almost the same age.
Okay.
He said, why you got married with? Hamby it's so bitter, it's so vinegar, and he's a lemon. Your husband is a lemon. And I said to him, listen, he's a lemon, and I'm the sugar, and we make lemonade.
Oh my goodness. This is almost like a love story. And, I don't usually put my guests on camera, but I think maybe I'll have you come back another time so my guests can actually see who you are and see the brightness on your face. Because I'm looking at you from here, and my guests can't see you, but they can hear and feel your energy. Sorry. And you're saying, so who said this? Your nephew said
My
that?
nephew, yes.
Your nephew says to you, why you marry your
Why
husband?
you so sweet and you marry with? He's a lemon. He's a lemon. Why you marry with him? I said, listen, he's a lemon and I'm the sugar. We make good lemonade.
And you guys were happy. And it's amazing that you can see the good qualities over the ones that are not so good. I don't want to call them bad, but that's amazing. And I believe everybody has that because nobody's perfect.
Of course not.
Not even you.
No, nobody.
You're not perfect?
I'm not.
You sure?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
And your husband?
I'm a human being. I have a lot of defects. The only thing I don't see myself, maybe other people see
Sure.
my defects.
Okay.
But I don't see it.
Okay. All right. So I want to now get into this newfound freedom you have. You're widowed. You're retired. You don't work anymore. That helps that being free as a bird a lot. And you're still single. Here's a question. Ever thought of getting married again?
No.
No, definitely not.
I don't want that compromise again.
You don't want that compromise again. So
You
you had
compromise.
enough the first time.
You make that once in your life, and that's it. Maybe if I was younger, maybe. But
Right.
No, at this stage of my life.
Right. So the idea of remarriage has not even crossed your mind.
No.
No, it's out of the question.
Out of question. If you have a friend, they go take a cup of coffee or go to the beach, something like a friend.
Right.
But
But-
in his house and I in my house.
Right.
And in the time when go with me, let me call me. I go.
Okay. But not marriage is totally out of the question.
No.
And you might if you were younger.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe 35.
Okay. I get it. So you talk about a friend now.
Yes.
Here's some yes or no questions before we get into that. Do you ever get lonely?
No.
You don't get lonely.
No.
Do you ever have a need for a companion? Sometimes.
Not now. Maybe later. I don't know. But I guess
Okay.
enjoying my freedom.
Okay, so it's still early.
Yes.
You're still enjoying the freedom.
Enjoy my freedom.
That makes sense as to why maybe you're not lonely.
No. I don't feel lonely.
But you are open if you maybe meet,
Oh, sure. Yes. Yes.
if you meet someone that's nice, you'll go.
Of course.
Have you gone on any dates or met anyone since you've been widowed?
Yeah, twice.
Twice?
Once with one person and once with another, but we don't have nothing in common.
So tell me about it.
Okay.
Tell me about the experiences. Post being
The
single.
experience that I got, the first one, it was very religion.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants me to go to a church.
Mm-hmm.
And you want me to be with his church because he said if he have a friendship with another person is going to be a saint. You have to be the same religion. And no.
Okay, so he wanted to convert you into.
Exactly. If he want to can be friends, he want me to convert me to his church. And not. I have my own personality. I have my own religion. I don't need nobody take me to his religion.
Okay, so that would be considered controlling.
Yes.
You don't want any more
No.
controlling. Okay, and that was one. So that obviously didn't work out, and you moved
No, it
on.
doesn't work out.
Okay. Do you ever talk to him at all now?
No.
No. That was one and done. It was finished.
That's it.
Okay, and the next one?
The next one, it was like a very possessive. The first time,
You know how to attract him, don't you?
listen,
Maybe part of you just attracts that.
could be.
You think? So you met one guy who was too possessive, but you said no because you don't want to go through that anymore. Then you met someone else who's
He said, "Oh no, if you don't have to go there because you have me. You have me now. This is the first time I go out with you. How come I'm gonna have you? I don't have nobody." And he put a face. I don't like the face he put in the rest of the we drinking wine and we eating some empanadas and wine, and I don't like the face. I don't like the face, and it's like bye. That's it. He never
so
called me.
when you said that, he made a face
Yes.
that you didn't like,
No.
and you knew that was
You know, that's
at
the
this
end.
time he knew,
Was
or
the first day and forever.
and when was that? How long ago was that?
About 2 months.
Okay, about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow, and you haven't heard from him anymore.
No.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of open and shut. You were happily married. You had some dysfunctions that were not perfect. You made the best out of it. Your husband's gone on to be with the Lord now. He's resting in peace in heaven. And you're still here. You have your life to live. You're not lonely yet. You're enjoying the freedom. You're open to relationships. If you meet someone, tell me the kind of guy you would like. So if you don't want someone controlling, or what was the word you use? Controlling or possessive or
Exactly.
or religious.
Religious.
What's your perfect ideal guy? Oh, let's put it into the universe. What would you like to attract?
The smart person.
Intelligence.
They are intelligent. They talk about everything. I can talk about movies. I can talk about games. I can talk about music. I can take a little bit of something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, I don't know. Oh, you remember this. Oh, I don't know. Because too busy with the Bible. Are you remember this guy? No, I don't. Are you remember this movie they did? No, I don't know. Because he's so busy. Are you remember this book? He don't know nothing about God. He don't know nothing about movie. He don't know nothing about music because he was so busy reading the Bible.
So
How
he
are we
was.
gonna talk?
In my culture, we call that so heavenly bound that they're no earthly good. So so your ideal person would be someone who's intelligent, who knows a little bit about life, who has lived.
Exactly.
That you can.
Don't have to be a genius, but at least with something to talk, right?
Right. Who understands things that are going on, world events, or just.
Oh, you remember that movie? Or because we have to talk with something.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Oh, you remember that movie? Oh, you remember this guy? Oh, you remember the music? You remember that music?
You remember that song?
You remember that song? And you remember the Bee Gees, the Beatles,
Right.
the Doors. the Monkeys,
The Rolling Stones.
the Rolling Stone, all that stuff. Oh, I don't know. You know, we've been so busy in the Bible, so you don't know nothing about life.
Okay. Well, as much as I'd love to stay, maybe I have to invite you back for another time. I thought it was interesting, to see you zipping past in the neighborhood, doing your thing sometimes with someone. And, thank you for talking to me that day. And, we've had coffee a couple times, and I appreciate your company. I think we're going to be, good friends in the future. And I look forward to maybe you, finding a significant other and hanging out. And I still want to take you and your girlfriends out. Remember, I promised to be you guys' chauffeur and take y'all over to, to hang out a little bit. So let's make that happen.
Sure.
But thank you for being on my live stream. Thank you for being my friend. And thank you for being transparent. Many people don't talk about, their past. And, anything you want to say in closing? What advice would you give to someone who's married but not happy, a man or a woman? What would you say if you wanted, someone is just not happy in a marriage?
Depends how is the husband. He's a cheater.
No, what about if it's the wife or the husband?
Listen, nobody's perfect. But if you have a husband, he's a good provider. He's not a cheater. He don't abuse you verbally or physical, and he's a good worker. It's no perfect man in the earth. There's no perfection in the earth, no. But you have to compensate one and the other one. It's not so good means too much around there.
No one's perfect.
Unfortunately, it's different. This new generation. Maybe I was like that because I saw my sister how they was devoted with the husband, and they cook, they wash, they clean the house, they take care of the kids. And I grew seeing that, and I was growing like this.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know any other life. You don't know what it's like to be anything other than a good wife.
A good wife.
And a good mother.
And
you have kids.
Yes.
And how are your kids now? They're good?
Oh, they're beautiful, my kids. They're so good. Good. So
awesome.
Good kids. God bless me with these 3 kids. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Would you come back and do it again, maybe on camera next time?
Sure.
Okay, we'll have another hot subject to talk about.
Of course.
Okay, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This was very interesting. I guess the title is going to be WRS. That's widowed, retired, and single. We just heard from my neighbor who has a wonderful and interesting story. I will talk about that a little later on, maybe with another guest, and we'll have some spinoffs from this one. And she said she would come back with me and we will do it all again. With that being said, till the next time you find someone you need to say I love you to, don't just say it, but mean it and let it be true. Till the next time, have yourself a wonderful rest of the week and a fantastic weekend. Thanks again. Have a good night.